It was nearly 1 month ago, right here on the Wage Talk YouTube channel, I did a standalone preview for USC Michigan. I said none of you would like it, but the Wolverines plus the points was the right play there. I was correct. Turns out the Wolverines won that game outright. Then, 2 weeks later, I do another standalone preview, this time for USC Minnesota. Once again, I said to fade the Trojans as road favorites. Once again, I was correct. Minnesota, as a 9.5-point home dog, won that game outright. So here we are today, and USC is again a road favorite in Big Ten play. Guess what? We're taking the other team. In this case, Maryland, plus 7.5. Now, I did discuss this play a bit on the Power 5 earlier this week, and it seemed many of you that comment here on the Wage Talk YouTube channel didn't like the idea of backing the Terrapins in this spot. Somewhat understandable, as they did lose by a score of 37-10 as double-digit home favorites last Friday against Northwestern, but that was a misleading final, to say the least. Maryland actually outgained Northwestern 355-283, but had a -4 turnover margin. 3 of those turnovers, including a fumble that was returned for a touchdown, came in the fourth quarter. Previous to that, the Terps had one of the best turnover margins in the entire country, plus 11 through the first 5 games. Quarterback Billy Edwards Jr., I think, can have a big game here against the USC defense that just gave up over 500 yards last week. Now, Maryland is definitely not as good as Penn State, who USC lost to last week, nor are the Terps as good as Michigan, Minnesota, Wisconsin. Those were USC's first 3 Big Ten opponents. But it doesn't change the fact, guys, that you go back to 2012, USC is now 0-10 straight up and 1-10 against the spread in the Central and Eastern time zones. It's a long cross-country trip to College Park, Maryland, following a devastating loss like the one USC suffered in overtime to Penn State last week. Who would want to lay this many points on the road with the Trojans after what they've been through last month? Not only have they suffered 3 tight losses, including that one in OT at home last week, after blowing a double-digit lead to Penn State, by the way. But remember, the Trojans also trailed Wisconsin by double digits in the first half at home. That's the one game they've won over the last 4 weeks. They needed a last-minute touchdown to beat LSU in the season opener. So this team's record could be a lot worse. Really, it's just that Utah State game that they've looked dominant in from bell to bell. Since the season opener, quarterback Miller Moss just hasn't been that good, especially when you examine the big-time throw versus turnover-worthy plays department. Given USC's history out east, guys, I just don't see how anyone could be rushing to the betting window to play the Trojans this week. I think you have to take the points with Maryland here. Smash that like button if you agree. Comment down below if you think otherwise, and tell me why you think otherwise. Now, you may have heard that I am number 1 at Wager Talk so far this football season with a combined 33-16 record in NFL and college. That's 68% and plus 48.2 units of profit. Includes a 9-0 college football run. Yes, 9 straight college football winners. We're a perfect 7-0 the last 2 weeks. Going back to the end of last season, I am now an unreal 38-16 my last 54 college football releases. Very, very good. Place to go to get all my top selections, wt.buzz/BP. Plan on having another big card this weekend, not only in college, but in NFL. So head on over now. But first, make sure you're subscribed to the Wager Talk YouTube channel. Click that bell for instant alerts. That way you don't miss any of this great exclusive sports betting content we provide for you each and every day. Again, Maryland plus 7.5 is my look here for this one. Until next time, guys, let's cash some tickets.